Hey everybody, welcome to the Lemonade Stand. Once again, we have a superhero here, but let me tell you, this is also my girl, my mentor, my friend. I mean, I look up to her in so many ways. And not only that, it's Alicia and Felicia.
Hey.
Yes. She goes by so many names. So let's run down the names first. We have, of course, Felicia. We got Red. We got also known as White Canary. That's her superhero name. And then, of course, we have the Crimson Keys. So, do you want to give a shout out to anyone or
give a shout out to my family and the Rockford Alumni Chapter and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority?
I knew she was going to do it, y'all. That's why I gave her the floor. So, thank you so much for coming. As you know, and we've talked, I listened to your voice several days when I was squeezing my own lemonades on dialysis, and you just encouraged me. You didn't even know it. You would just get up and lead praise and worship, but little did you know you were leading me to God's throne.
Wow.
Legit.
I'm like so honored.
No, so that's why I call you White Canary, because as a superhero, her voice had just penetrated and knocked down evildoers, and you literally knocked down some walls for me.
Wow.
When leading praise and worship. So I first just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. On top of, I be scrolling and see Miss Thang is losing weight. Miss Thang has conquered blood transfusions over So tell us, how many?
Well, starting in, actually it was November of 2003, I had my first blood transfusion, and I had at least one every year until 2015.
Wow, so 2003 to 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like a woman with the 12 years blood.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. And then, of course, with blood issues, that makes you tired, fatigued, not antisocial, but just tired and fatigued. And, so I commend you, because I didn't even know you would get up to lead praise and worship and be there. We didn't know. So once again, you were pulling out your lemons and squeezing them and wearing the cape.
Trying to.
Yes, you did. So then, fast forward, you had another triumph. So tell us about the weight loss and that.
So actually, it all ties in together. So with the blood transfusion, I learned that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Wow.
And that led to weight gain amongst other things. And so in going through that, my doctors was like, you really need to lose weight. And they would put me on like metformin, which is diabetes medicine. I don't have diabetes, but it's a precursor to that. So with that, I wasn't losing any weight. I went on a period where I would work out. I had a personal trainer, wasn't losing any weight. So finally I got referred to a doctor, and she was like, you really need to get this under control. She was like, have you considered weight loss surgery? And I had not, because my father had went for a weight loss surgery here in Rockford, and was actually in critical condition because something had went wrong.
Wow.
So I was just like, nope, that's not for me or whatever. Yeah. So, I started listening to her. I was in my late 30s at the time. So I was like, if I'm going to do it, let me go ahead and do it. So my insurance referred me to a doctor outside of Rockford. I couldn't go. And that was the absolute best decision that I've ever made.
Wow.
I've lost over 120 pounds.
Yes.
Not only that, my father actually ended up going to the same doctor, and he's lost weight as well. And then I've referred some friends, and like you said, that with my voice, that I got you through some days. I've had people inbox me, and it's like, can you help me along this journey? So one thing that I've learned is that your journey that you have, you never know who you're helping. So
yes, as they say in the streets, period, poo. That is so very true. And even you just telling us now, we didn't know that. We didn't know the steps that went behind it, and just walking out on faith, saying, I'm going to do this surgery. Sometimes the survivor,
absolutely,
has to say, this is my faith, and I'm going to survive.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the last thing, the icing on the cake, the cutest thing in the world on this side of heaven. Is CJ.
Absolutely.
So he just came and blessed everyone.
He did. And so that actually ties into everything, because with my you know, when I was going through the issues with my blood, my first hematologist was like, you know what? Because you're losing so much blood, you should just have a hysterectomy. I was in my early 30s at that particular point, and I was just like, he was like, you can always adopt. That's not anything that anyone wants to ever hear.
Right.
And so eventually I just stopped going. But then I got another hematologist, and he was one of color. He wasn't a black person, but he was one of color. And he was able to help me get to normalized levels, which is one thing that someone else told me that I would never get to.
Wow.
So in normalizing my levels and losing weight, my blessing came because you know, at this particular point I'm approaching the age of 40, and it's like, you know what, we'll never have kids, so we might as well should adopt. The crazy part is that my husband and I had gone to a fertility clinic the month that we conceived. It was crazy because we had started going through this process, and they're like, you know, when you have your next, you know, cycle, come in to see us. Well, that next cycle never came because he was conceived. So
yes. That is
there you have it.
Amazing. Top of amazing. So there was like 3 times that you were just squeezing the moment and just making lemonade. And you were still aiding me while doing it, which is amazing. Some people, you know, have the S on their chest and don't know what's behind the scenes. So I, once again, am just, if I could sing like her, you know, I would hit that note. Thank you so much for coming. I wanted to, you didn't know, but you get an award. You get an award because, honey, here at the lemonade stand, Alicia shares her keys. We're gonna keep doing this. So you paved the way. You started it, you know. So this is your award for the Still Standing Survivor Showcase Superhero, and of course, you are always welcome back. You have a key. You have a key. So,
as in my name.
Yes, exactly. As in the name as well. So you are always welcome. Your transparency, your honesty, and most of all, your voice. I really appreciate you. And like they say in the streets, I love you, but we got different mothers, you know.
Absolutely.
So I really.
And your mother paved the way for me too. So.
There you pay back, you know. So
absolutely.
Anytime you need anything, you're always welcome at Alicia Shares Her Keys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Remember, everyone, squeeze the day.